Hey, what up everybody? Welcome back. And before we get into this, just want to remind you to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you're always notified every single time I post a new video. What are the Cowboys doing? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not really even sure that they know what they're doing. This is now going to be the fourth consecutive offseason where the Cowboys go in with a big name player that's not under contract and major contract news sort of taking center stage for said player. In every single situation, Zach Martin 3 years ago, DeMarcus Lawrence 2 years ago, and Zeke Elliott last year, what did the Cowboys win? What did they get in terms of the negotiation? What do they get in terms of upsetting their player and having that player hold out or not be with the team, being upset by the team? Obviously, Zeke Elliott was a guy that held out for the majority of training camp and wasn't even ready to go week one because of it, and the Cowboys still gave in and gave him the contract that he wanted. Probably overpaid for running back in this day and age, but they gave it to him. So what are they doing with Dak Prescott? What are the Cowboys doing exactly with Dak Prescott? Are they playing hardball? They could have signed this contract for anywhere between 30 and 35 last offseason. Last we checked, he was turning down a contract at $35 million, or rather the Cowboys turned it down at $35 million, but the number was $35 million, and we're not really sure where that gave. And now where are we? Are we somewhere between 35 and 40 million? The Cowboys going to hit Dak Prescott with a franchise tag if they don't come to a long-term contract extension agreement by March 10th and then continue to negotiate throughout that period, but at the same time have Dak Prescott away from the team throughout offseason training as they install a new offense with new head coach Mike McCarthy? What are they doing? What are they going to save? 2, 3, 4 million? Is Dak Prescott the guy or not? Didn't you think he was already? So why are you going through this? For the fourth consecutive offseason now, a player's contract is at the forefront of the offseason discussions. And for the fourth consecutive offseason, I'm left thinking, why did they do this in the first place? Why did they play hardball with Zeke Elliott when they ended up giving in negotiations anyways and only just kept him away from the team for a long period of time? What did they do the year before that with DeMarcus Lawrence? They haven't won anything in negotiating. So now they play the exact same game with the most important position on their team. Now look, you could argue who has leverage here. You could say Dak Prescott has leverage because the Cowboys need a quarterback, and they certainly need one as they install a new offense. I get that, but I mean, if the Cowboys franchise tag Dak, he's basically playing out another season in a contract year, so he would need to be there to understand what was happening on offense too. Because if Dak Prescott doesn't know what's going on with the offense, then he's not going to get the contract that he seeks next offseason because his value will be limited. So you could really play the leverage game on both sides here. Now, maybe the Cowboys are a bit concerned that Dak Prescott's not the guy. It's a bet that they made last offseason that they seem to lose. His value has only increased. And if Dak Prescott hits the open market, there's no telling the kind of money that would be thrown around to get a guy like Dak Prescott. Is he a top 5 quarterback in the NFL? No. Is he top 10? Maybe. Top 15? Yes, absolutely. With the arrow pointing up after having his best season of his career. Now, look, Dak did have a shoulder injury, and though he hasn't missed any games in his entire NFL career, he plays a physical brand of football that who knows what the future holds for Dak in terms of injuries, right? Like as you get older, your propensity to be injured goes up because your body breaks down easier. And Dak, again, plays a very physical brand of football. Now, he's a big guy, but we saw him wear down towards the end of last season, and his stats obviously diminished as the team got further and further down the road. But Dak Prescott showed that he could be a franchise quarterback. So Dak Prescott showed a tremendous amount of growth last season, and there's no reason for the Cowboys not to be buying on Dak Prescott long term, especially because with the contracts that the Cowboys have, they are in win now mode. So it makes no sense for them to play hardball with a quarterback to save $2, $3, $4, even $5 million annually. This is not the position to be cheaping out on. Last year with Zeke Elliott, that was the position to be cheaping out on, but the Cowboys decided not to do it. So I ask you again, what are the Cowboys doing? Don't franchise tag Dak. Get something done to get him here so that he can learn this offense and figure out what exactly he's going to be doing next season with Mike McCarthy. Because as the Cowboys have shown the last 3 off seasons, their playing hardball has gotten them nothing.